Hello, Epic Life Group leaders. I am so happy to announce that this Sunday we are going to be unveiling our new behavior management plan. And we've needed this for a while, and so I'm so excited for all the work that Miss Christy put into this. And she's emailed each of you this plan, so please read through it carefully before Sunday. Now, it doesn't start this Sunday. It's just going to be communicated to the kids during life groups and the 10:30 service. And it's also, we're going to give parents a take-home tool explaining the new behavior management system. So it's going to be communicated this Sunday, and then the following Sunday is when this actually starts up, right? Now, like anything that we do in Kids Men, we want to make it better. So as we roll this out, give us feedback, help us improve all the way so we can make this as good as it can be. And this is not about kids just getting in trouble all the time. If we start to see that, then there might be some issues with that. You know, we don't want to be so black and white. We do want to be a place of grace, and we do want to try to work with these kids. I mean, the heart of this is just to try to redirect a child once they understand clearly the expectations and what will happen, the consequences, and that everybody's on the same page, that they will be able to be redirected, their behavior, and they'll have a great Sunday, because we want the kids that have maybe behavior issues to have a great Sunday. We want the kids around that child in that life group to have a great Sunday. We want the life group leaders to have a great Sunday. So this is really about everybody having an epic Sunday. Hey, there you go. That's what this is really about. All right, so what does this mean for you during life group time? What does this mean? All right, this is what it means. First of all, let me read what it says at the top here. The code is from Luke 6:31. Treat others the way that you want to be treated. So that's the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. So as the life group leaders, when you see a child not treating others the way that he wants to be treated, that means you too, you're involved in that too. Then we give these warnings, and then they can face some consequences. And it says at the top of the document that Miss Christy emailed to you, Epic Kids Men Plan of Action begins with a heart of nurturing children towards better behavior. As we implement this process, we are always coming from a place of grace and love, and we want every child to grow with our support to becoming who Christ has called them to be. All right, here we go. First warning during that life group time while you have them. Have the child look you in the eyes and verbally tell the child what their behavior was that wasn't acceptable. Make sure the child understands that you are asking them to do or not to do, right? If they are not sure, explain it to them in very simple terms, or have them say it back to you. And tell them that this is their first warning, and then you'll take a marker or a Sharpie and bloop, put a dot on their name tag, on their sticker. One dot, right? All right, so let's say they do something again. Second warning. This is the second warning. It's a lot like the first warning. Have the child look you in the eyes and verbally tell the child what their behavior was that wasn't acceptable. Make sure the child understands what you are asking them to do or not to do. If they are not sure, explain it to them in very simple terms and have them say it back to you. Tell them that this is their second warning, and remind them at this point that if they do one more thing, that they're going to lose all of their rec time. All of it. Okay? They'll have to sit out. All right, so then they do it again, third warning, okay? So they already have one dot, two dots on their sticker. Now it's time for the third dot, okay? And this means there's some consequences. Tell the child this is their third warning. Explain to the child that based on their behavior, they will no longer be able to participate in rec time. They will sit out all of rec. They will not be able to participate in any of the games played during that time. Also, this is very important, it's not only just rec, but you got to tell them too that their parents will be notified of their behavior at pickup. We're not going to pull their parents out of life groups at the time, but we are going to tell them that we're telling your mom and dad, and they're going to find out, and hopefully there's some parents that will get onto their children, okay? So there you go. There's three dots. Now, let's say that happens all during just life group time. And then they do something again. All right, now it's time's up. They've already got their three dots. There's no more dots past this point. Now you come and get a staff member. That's either Miss Christy or myself. We will remove that child and assess the situation. And more than likely, what's going to happen is we are going to call the parents out of the life group service, their life group time. We are going to communicate with that parent what has happened. And then what we're going to do is we're going to allow that parent to kind of deal with that situation. And if the staff member feels like the situation's been diffused, the child has been disciplined, not spanked or anything physical like that, but that we feel like, hey, they could actually go back into the life group, or they can go into the 10:30 service. They still don't, they don't get rec or anything. That's done, but we will let the parents know at that point that, if we allow your child to come back into our space, if they do one more thing, there's no more of these 3 chances, we're going to call you back out and you're going to have to take your child, okay? So we'll make that clear up front. And during this point, once you get past the 3 dots, once you're past 3 dots and we are calling parents out, you will see in the packet that Miss Christie emailed to you, we are going to have to fill out a behavior management report, okay? A behavior report, okay? So that's past the 3 dots. So now, what does this mean for you when you're done with life groups and you're taking your kids to H222? Normally, when you take your kids to H222, there's an adult at a table out there. It's either a director, and our directors are Tom Grubbs and Christy New. They're usually partners. And then the other directors on different Sundays are my wife, Marissa Bain, Rusha Woodson, and Emily Woodson. And so if you don't know who they are, let me know and I'll introduce you to them. So, and if they're not at the table, then maybe Eric Woodson might be at the table, or a staff member, okay, me or Christy. And so their job at this point has been, during that time, to just welcome new kids that didn't show up for life groups, that are just showing up for 10:30, and they sign them in and everything. And so we're going to add to that responsibility. We're going to add another clipboard at that table, that round table that's out there. So if you've had any issues with any of the kids, whether it's 1 dot, 2 dots, or 3 dots, just go up to that table where one of the directors or staff members will be, and just tell them, hey, I need to let you know about some kids and their behavior. And so it's going to ask for their first and last name, their age, or their grade, the grade that they're in. There's going to be 3 dots, and so we'll fill in how many dots it is, right? A brief description of they were talkative, they were disrespectful to the leaders, they didn't listen, anything like that. Just a brief little description of what happened, and that's it. So we need that for our record, so that when if we do have to, let's say that you drop off a kid that has 1 dot. Well, and then while they're in the 10:30 service, they get 2 more dots. They get 3 dots. Well, when we go to communicate that, Christy or myself, we'll know that, like, hey, well, in life groups, they had already had 1 dot because they were being talkative, and they continued to be talkative, we noticed, in 10:30, and that's what they got. So we would know kind of what, because otherwise we're going to have no idea what happened in life group time. We will know what happened in 10:30 because we've got our eyes on that, right? And so now, let's say that you drop off your kids in H222, and it's been a crazy Sunday, and there is no adult at that table out there. No problem. You just look for that clipboard with that sheet. Again, it's going to have the name. We need to know the first and last name, the grade. We need to know what dot they're on. You'll just fill it, color it in, like you're taking a TCAP test. And then a brief description of what happened. And then that's it. You're done. You're done. All right. Thank you so much. I'm super excited. Thank you to Christy for putting this together. Thank you to all you life group leaders for jumping on board with this. And this is just so that we're all saying the same thing and doing everything the same way. All right, cool. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye-bye.